What is up, guys? This is CodyPon here, and today I am telling you why you should be playing Bioshock 2 multiplayer on Xbox in 2026. So to start it off, I just want to say I have been playing this game pretty much every day of the week since, I would say, the end of December. And fun fact, I actually never even knew that this game's multiplayer was still active or even alive, like physically able to be played. And I found out that, yeah, you can still play this game. I thought it closed back in 2015, but no, it still has a striving little community with new players that are not maxed and still trying to level up and enjoy the game for what it is. Now, videos like this entertain you and you like seeing video games on the 360 or even maybe even the PS3 where they have small active communities and you're looking for something different besides like Call of Duty or Battlefield to play. Definitely subscribe to my channel, as this is going to be the first video of probably many games that I'm going to show off how you can still play certain 360 games with either a small community like Bioshock or a really big community that maybe people don't know has a really big cult following still for it. But without further ado, let's talk about Bioshock, which personally is my favorite series of any shooter game and my favorite game on Xbox in general. I absolutely enjoy Bioshock so much as a story game, and the multiplayer does not disappoint. I used to play this game way back in the day, but I don't think I ever really gave it a fair chance, as I was so consumed by so many shooter games during the Xbox 360 era. I never really took the time to appreciate and see what Bioshock was doing in a multiplayer game. Now, I'm going to be honest, this game is really challenging to start off, as it's not as flushed as a Call of Duty game or even, I would say, a Halo game. Like, Halo has a floatiness to it, and Call of Duty is very, a frame game. It's very, precise. This game is somewhere in between floaty and Call of Duty like. It is extremely difficult to just hop into this game and be good. You need to be very accurate at the game, and there are definitely some flaws with the multiplayer. So the first flaw I probably want to admit right away is you're going to be seeing me use the plasmids quite a bit. Now, plasmids are obviously something that are in Bioshock, which it's one of the big reasons, which I'll get into further, why I like the game, but they also put up a advantage and disadvantage. If you can stun someone with, a plasmid like the Electro Bolt, or even as you see here, I'm using the Frostbite, it's a huge advantage, or the Winter Touch, I think that's actually what it's called. But you get a huge advantage because you stun the player for essentially a second or two, which, in that point, you can see me using the elephant gun here, which is by far the best weapon in the game, arguably for, damage per second or the amount of damage it produces. Where basically if you hit someone with one of the plasmids and then shoot someone in the head with the elephant gun, you are essentially going to kill that person. Now, this also provides a level of skill to the game because, as I said earlier, you do need to be very accurate. You cannot kind of shoot in the general direction. You need to shoot exactly where your hit markers are. So if your markers on your gun, if you are not in that circle, you are not going to be killing them, which I really appreciate because I've played so many games where, I can kind of just spray around in the hit zone of a gun, and the gun's, bullets will actually kind of not always stay in that area. They'll kind of deflect due to a balancing issue, of course, because people can be really, really good at the game. And that's what Bioshock does with their multiplayer. It really rewards the players who are super, super accurate. And as you would assume from a game this old, there are some players that have been playing this game since day one. And those players are extremely, extremely good at the game. The other thing I could say about the multiplayer with Bioshock 2 is it is a very interesting game to just jump in and play and just appreciate the world of being in Bioshock in multiplayer. But it is truly a tough game to master. Now, besides the obvious with Bioshock being different with already what I've mentioned, the plasmids do offer a variety of things. Like, you can combine certain plasmids and use them to combo off of each other. For example, you can use the geyser trap with the electro bolt and essentially kill someone immediately if they do land on top of the geyser trap, because the geyser trap will fling you up, but with the electric bolt, it also will do higher damage and just instantly kills you, which is a really cool feature. There's other things too with Bioshock 2 with that, like they encourage you to do those combinations. For example, there's a combination with the Winter Blast and I want to say it's like I'm forgetting the name exactly what it's called, but it's the one where you have like a fleet foot and you do an arrow. I think it's called Arrow Dash. I'm definitely probably wrong on that, so I apologize, but you have that combo where basically you freeze the opponent and then you dash into them and you shatter the opponent, and you get trial rewards, which is basically like achievements or challenges that gives you more XP. We'll get into achievements on the physical game here in 1 sec. But this game mode that I'm showing off, it's called Capture the Little Sister, which essentially it's kind of like Capture the Flag, but still really unique, really different, because only one team, the team who is trying to protect the little sister, has the Big Daddy suit. And once the Big Daddy goes down, they are no longer a Big Daddy. You cannot play as a Big Daddy anymore. Now, granted, the Big Daddy is a lot of fun. He is incredibly strong. It's very overpowered, and as it should be. You're playing as a kind of like a boss of the game. You know, it's a side boss of the game, granted, but, you know, Big Daddy should be tough and fierce. The one downside that I wish they would have done more is add the bouncer Big Daddy, where you could actually use the drill. The drill would have been such a cool feature in Bioshock's multiplayer, but sadly on the 360 and PS3, we will never know how that would have played out. But yeah, Capture the Little Sister, super fun game mode. I was really happy to get games in, but what you're typically going to find on this game, guys, for people who are wanting to learn how to play this game in 2026 on Xbox, you're going to be finding games called Atom Grab. Now, Atom Grab is a free-for-all for Bioshock 2. There is a feature where you grab the little sister and you try to hold onto her as long as possible, but I'm going to be honest, nobody actually grabs the little sister in the game. People only do that if they're brand new or they're trying to rack up first place to get higher XP, which, if nobody grabs the little sister at all, everyone ties for first place, which is therefore why the community as a whole really doesn't grab the little sister. But usually on weekdays, you're going to at least be able to find 1 to 2 lobbies of people trying to actively, you know, get people on the game, including myself. I am in the Discord, which I will link down in the description for you guys to join, and I highly recommend you guys joining. We have an awesome group of people that are always on every day trying to get lobbies going. And again, we typically can get 1 to 2 lobbies minimum a day. And I'm talking like 30-minute to 2-hour plus sessions where people are just on playing the game for what it is. Now, if you just want to experience it and get the achievements, which this is where I'm going to be a little controversial. I understand if people just want to get the achievements, have no fear, you can still get the achievements on this game. It's very easy, actually, especially if you buy the DLC, which I highly also recommend buying the DLC, as most players who play this game do have the DLC, which is only $10 American, but it depends on the region you are from. And just a quick tip on that, you can buy the DLC from the Xbox website. So even though the 360 is down, and this is not, I repeat, this is not on the Bioshock Remastered collection. This is only Bioshock 2. The Bioshock 2 Remastered Edition does not have the multiplayer, so please keep that in mind if you are trying to play this online. But as I said earlier, you can still find boosting lobbies where you can just get the achievements if you'd like, but I strongly recommend to at least give the multiplayer a try and play some games with us. You're going to find that this game is like no other shooter, and especially if you enjoy the Bioshock world, it's so much fun to experience Rapture and experience Bioshock in a multiplayer game. But those are going to be all my opinions today and why I think you guys should really try this game in 2026. We have an active community and it is growing, believe it or not. There are more people since I even started playing that more people are trying to learn how to play this game, want to play this game, and not just boost. And yeah, we're getting lobbies of Civil War, which is just like team deathmatch. We've even got a couple of, I think, it's basically like domination lobbies on Bioshock on the weekend. So we have different lobbies. We're looking for different ways to play the game. As again, I said, there are players that have been playing this game since day one who are looking for just to enjoy the game again in a way where they can still or play it a little differently. So if this does interest you, feel free to shoot me a message. You guys can see my gamer tag is just Sayles. Other than that, shoot me a comment on YouTube. Shoot a comment down below. What other games you think I should try? Because I am definitely looking for more games to play and get little active communities for us to enjoy still and to pretend like it's back in 2010 and enjoy games for what they are, being fun. So if this video was useful to you or you did find entertaining, like I said, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what other games you'd like to see, or comment your gamer tag and let's get some games in on Bioshock. But thank you guys very much for watching, and of course, we will see ya in another video. Peace out.